Hello, I'm Brian Lucareli, Director of our Private Client Services Group and Co-Chair of our Family Offices team at Foley and Lardner. And today I'm here with Kay Gordon, a partner and member of our Fund Formation and Investment Management Group. Welcome, Kay.
Thank you, Brian.
And today we're going to be discussing family investments. But before we get started, Kay, would you mind just sharing a little bit of your professional background with our audience, and then we'll jump right into it?
Sure. I'm an investment management lawyer, and I represent all kinds of funds, open-ended and closed-ended, and investment advisors in connection with their formation, ongoing operation, and compliance. I represent them on a variety of matters, and my expertise is fairly broad, and it includes both the structuring side, say on the tax, complex securities, international matters, but also regulatory matters such as the SEC exams and some investigations. I've been doing this for over 25 years.
Well, we clearly have the right person today, so welcome again, and we're going to jump right into it. So let's start with, what are some of the structures that you've worked on that are utilized for family investments, and could you briefly describe them a little bit?
Well, to better understand the optimal structures, you need to think about family offices as any kind of business, and there are just as many structures as there are family offices. But something that's specific about family offices is that even though as any investor, they look to receive excess returns for the amount of risk, they have additional resources sometimes, so they're able to engage professionals to capture those returns in like a fragmented market. They can either successfully co-invest with small funds or large funds and institutional investors, but they don't necessarily need to do their own due diligence if they co-invest, which is similar to other investors. But they also remain largely unregulated and can take these higher risks with that, especially qualified personnel. So they can pursue a broad spectrum of investments and utilize different strategies, right? Remaining unregulated. So they can set up various managed accounts that pursue very illiquid strategies or fund-of-fund strategies. That's one typical structure. They could be small funds that are set up as LLCs or LPs for co-investment purposes, or they could be more complex structures, such as multi-series LLC vehicles that pursue kind of combine the benefits of both managed account structures and also private funds where they're set up to pursue those different strategies through each separate multi-series LLC or perhaps segregated portfolio company if it's set up offshore.
Well, it sounds like there are multiple options, and they have to be thoughtfully weighed out. So kind of moving into another direction here, what are some of the benefits of using external versus internal management then? Well,
again, there could be very different types of family offices. We don't want to lose sight of that. And I know one kind of size-fits-all approach here. And obviously, there are some funds that would want, or some family offices that would want to utilize larger platforms. And some family offices would remind you of a large institutional manager business, and they would be very potentially regulated in some ways. So if you think about the smaller offices, which would engage kind of in this exercise, they would be considering either maybe engaging an external RIA or having somebody internally who could provide potentially additional services as compared to an external RIA, such as building an infrastructure of the family office, acting as a CFO, potentially managing family dynamics. Sometimes those family offices have a complicated family dynamics, or serving on the boards of advisory boards of a portfolio company that perhaps such family office had invested in. This could result in a reduced cost if you have somebody working for you directly than retaining an outside RIA. You can still have the flexibility of doing both. Plus, you have an easier access to expertise if you need that expertise internally and constantly. So there's some benefits of both structures, and obviously, like I said, no one structure fits everyone.
Very helpful insight. So in the same vein, what are some of the legal considerations then when you're retaining internal versus, or using an internal manager versus an external manager?
Well, you have to be mindful of your priorities. because again, and your needs may be one thing. What is also important to you? Are you looking to grow? Are you looking to kind of engage in certain activities in investment space? So and depending on which route you choose, you would then consider your options. The external managers, the RIAs, obviously are highly regulated, and perhaps when you are part of that regulated infrastructure, you lose some of that privacy, but you also gain the compliance, which is associated with registered investment advisors, and it allows you to feel a little bit perhaps better about that RIA's books and records being audited, although you are part of those books and records. On the other hand, if you have a smaller perhaps advisor who you retain internally as an employee, there are additional there may be additional benefits, but there are also potential regulatory issues associated with ensuring that you as a family office are compliant with the family office exemption, that person acting for you is in fact in compliance with such exemptions as is pertaining to that specific person, like he may be acting for various family offices. And there are federal and state exemptions that you have to be aware of when retaining anyone internally or externally for the family office, both, and for that person who is working for your persons, right? So you need to understand what those exemptions are, and you want to make sure that you're in compliance regardless of whether or not you think you have the availability of that exemption yourself. So definitely consider all those issues, and just basically you can also change your structure as you move forward, and change your interest in specific sort of exemptions that are available to you. And so.
Well, thank you. It was certainly a lot of considerations when choosing the form of structure, and then sharing your insight on external versus internal management. And so, Kay, I want to again thank you for sharing your professional insight today. And I want to thank all of you for tuning into our presentation. For more information, please visit us at Foley.com under Family Offices. Thank you.